Hello and welcome to GBR. You find us today racing with the guys from the MRC in the MEC Endurance League. This is the final round for this season. It's obviously been a year-long event, starting I think it was in either January or February we started the first round, and as you can see we are at the lovely Bathurst or Mount Panorama. And we are in the Group 3 and Group 4 machines for this race, and sticking it on pole after 10 minutes of qualifying is Faithless Emo in the Mercedes. In second place we have Brucey in another Mercedes. In third place we have Bazza in the BMW, and yes, he does have the MEC logo on right there. Made it as small as he could. In fourth place we have Yippee-Ki-Yay in the BMW. In fifth place we have P-Gib in the Mercedes. Very nice livery on that one. In sixth place, and the last for the Group 3s, is Schrom in the BMW. There are other cars available, but obviously with testing that was the ones that they all wanted to choose. And starting it for first in the Group 4s is Fabuki in the VW Scirocco. In second we have Infinity James in the Alpha 155. Yeah, a wild choice. See how that one gets on. In third place we have Golden Brownie in the Ferrari. And in fourth place we have JRC, kind of a late comer to the event. See how he gets on for this race. Right, let me just double check we are coming through live before I get going. It does say we are coming through live before I get going. Yeah, that's coming through lovely. We'll jump to the front, get these guys underway for this 90-minute race around Bathurst. Come around the last corner to start, and away we go. So Faithless leads the way down towards turn 1 here. Everyone will be single file, I believe, with the rolling start. The Group 3's already a little bit of a gap over the Group 4's just as we come through turn 1, as you can see, going up this hill. Jumping on board the chase cam with JRC. See a car park of cars up ahead of him. Not much you can do that coming up to the Group 3s at the moment, but as they go round the right-hander to start going up the hill, Brucey there looks like he's closed a little bit of the gap to Faithless in front of him. Bazza there in third place, Yippee-Ki-Yay in fourth, Schwann in fifth. P-Gibbs dropped back down to sixth place from these, so Schwann looks like he's on the move. He's already up into fourth place, so may not have had the best of qualifying. Oh, and he smashes the wall. Not what Schwann wants to do over the top of the hill when you're going side by side with another car, but keeps it facing forward. And has he got any damage? He's got a bit of front right damage there, but that will clear probably by the time he gets down the Conrad Straight. As they're coming down through the Forest Elbow for the first time. Group 3's, that Group 4's just coming down behind them as well. JRC's just like he's dropped off the back at the moment. That was a late car choice, and coming into this I literally chose it just before the qualifying happened. So no testing for JRC, but you can see on that mini-map top right the gap between the Group 3's and the Group 4's already just after one lap around here. They will obviously come round to overtaking them later on in the race, but Faithless come around the last corner. Brucey's still sticking with him. for the time being. Obviously you have to use all 3 racing compounds for this race, so the softs, the mediums and the hards. But Faithless there choosing the softs from the start. Brucey's the same. As it started on the mediums, that's probably why he's dropped off a little bit from the front 2. Yippee in 4th on the mediums, P-Gib in 5th on the softs. Shom facing, well, not facing the wrong way, is it? He's facing the right way, but what's happening with Shom? Oh, just on the power a bit too early there, coming out of the first corner. Gets it pointed. He's on the racing softs as well, so he should have been able to give him enough grip, but just like he waited for the Group 4s just to come past. Just sticking to the left hand side to let JRC get past him. It looks like JRC's going to use the slipstream of Shrom to try and catch up to the rear end of Golden Brownie up ahead, and right up behind him. It shows the acceleration from these Group 3s. Going back to the tyres, Kabuki there on the mediums, James on the mediums, Golden Brownie on the softs, and JRC on the mediums. So Golden Brownie the only one on the softs at the moment. Let's see if he can make his way up. He has dropped off the back of James and Kabuki, who are fighting hard for this first place in the Group 4s. We've got someone spinning up ahead. We've got P-Gib. What's happened with P-Gib coming down the hill? Just see on the mini-map there, he was facing sideways to the track and wasn't moving. Coming over the brow of the hill. And he's got it. Oh, he's just spun it straight into that left-hand wall. You can see how wide this track is. You haven't got any movement. Just getting going again. Can he get going before the Group 4s come? Yes, he can. There is Fubuki just behind him. He's got that damage from front and rear end. He's going slow. Is he going to get back up and going before Golden Brownie catches up to him? Looks like just about will. That's unfortunate there for P-Gib and Shrom for lap 2. They've really dropped off the back of the Group 3s. You can see the top 4 all nicely close together. But Shrom going for the overtake on Golden Brownie. Now they're going to come up to James and Kabuki. Shrom there having an extra, well, not extra power, just obviously having no damage to, or compared to Phil got on the grass there. Did Shrom coming into the braking zone through the chase. Keeps it ahead of James there. Now P-Gib get past James as well, so James has to slip in behind. He's lost a bit of time now to Fubuki up ahead. So what will Fubuki do as they come up to him? The top 4 all staying. We've got someone else that's binned it. UPKA's binned it as well. It looks like coming out of turn 1. So only the top 3 now are close to each other. But Shrom's got past. I don't think Fubuki saw P-Gib. They just started to move over into Shrom's slipstream, but noticed at the last minute that P-Gib was coming through as well, so room was given from Fubuki there. He's now got a nice little just probably have a 1 second lead to James behind, but that's allowed to Golden Brownie to get just into the slip of James as well, with the Group 3s coming through the pack. JRC there still just off the back. He hasn't, it was his lap time about a second slower, 8 slower the last lap round, so take a few more laps to get up to speed. Will JRC, but Faithless, he's already pulled a good 2 seconds or so, I'd say, over Brucey. This lap round, they did do 2:04. Yeah, so they're both 2:04s, so yeah, definitely Faithless has got a bit more extra speed at the moment than Brucey has. And Paz is just not too far behind in 3rd place, but he's on the medium, so he's getting the kind of the middle stint speed out of the way for the time being. Obviously everyone's going to have to run them hards, depends on how long they want to run them hards for. Minimum of 3 laps required by the rules, so you need to obviously do an out lap from the pits. You do one flying lap, and then you can come in the next lap to do the mandatory 3 laps on the hards, which I think probably a few people might try and do that. Try and not be on too long, because they're not the nicest of tyres, especially on a track that's got quite a few mid-speed corners where you'll need that grip divided from the mediums and the softs. But Schromm and P-Gib still battling for this 5th place. Schromm goes to the right hand side, goes defensive as they come over the brow of that hill in towards the braking zone 4-2, pulls back over to the racing line, gets it nicely into the apex there. So it's a hard track to try and overtake at the best of times, and especially when it's this narrow. You really have to set up your move early and make sure the other guy in front knows exactly where you're going. So we're getting the tail end out a little bit there as we're coming up the hill now towards Skyline. In a couple of corners time, I believe it is this left hand, not this left hander, but one just over the little brow towards that advertising board. Now we're into Skyline and then down towards the dipper. There you go, but Schromm's there keeping ahead of P-Gib nicely at the moment. He has used a bit more of his front tyres than P-Gib has. It could have just been with the crashes that they've had. Fabuki there in first place, still keeping ahead of James in second. Golden Brown has dropped off the back of these two. He's picked up a half-second penalty. That'll be through the dipper, cutting it a bit too fine, going over all 4 tyres over that white line. That will allow JRC to slowly start to catch that gap up to Golden Brownie, and he sells it right there. Obviously it's not too much of a penalty, but it will hamper your top end speed at the end of this straight. So I see he's going quicker than Golden Brownie, so he is catching every second since that penalty line to the braking zone in through the chase. Getting it all nice and squirrely is JRC coming out of there, but you can see that car definitely is a front wheel drive car. Hardly any tyre wear on the rears and all of it on the front. I'm sure it's the same for Fabuki. Yes, it is. James in the Alpha is 4-wheel drive, so annoyingly with the game it does use tyre wear more like a front wheel drive. The front will just die of death and the rears will slowly catch up, but they'll never wear out as much as the front. So obviously you've got the steering and the power going through there. The rears have only just got the power, so I think that's something that needs to be addressed, because it wasn't like that in GT Sport. It used to be a bit more even on tyre wear between the fronts and the rears for all-wheel drive. You see the MR for Golden Brownie. Obviously tyre wear is going to be fairly even. Left hand side, right hand side is going to be worn a lot more, especially as you're coming over the hill, trying to keep all the grip you can through these corners. Fast high speed corners, you don't really let off the throttle the whole way around, just keeping it pinned. Little lift there from Golden Brownie just to get the car rotation as it's coming through. There's them corners there that will do the damage for that right hand side. But back to the front, here we go. Faithless Emo sort of pulling away there a little bit more from Brucey. What is the time difference? We're looking about 2.5 seconds at the moment between first and second. Brucey's just on 4.3, caught up 1.4 seconds at that round, so Brucey's not letting Faithless get away with this one at the moment, keeping him under pressure right with a bit of a gap, but slight little mistake. You've seen it happen to Yippee P-Gib and Schromm have all binned it, so it is possible for anyone to have a spin. Bazza there in third place. This is another great last lap. How far is he behind Brucey up ahead? About 8 seconds or so at the moment, so obviously the medium tyres are slowing him down a little bit more. than obviously he would like, but that is the nature of the race. When he puts them softs on, he'll probably catch up to Brucey and Faithless. Obviously they'll probably end up having the mediums on at the same time, so that gap will start to close. Yippee there in 4th place, just on 2:03.8, so he's just got 2:03. 4 seconds, yeah, just under over 4 seconds. That lap. He's picked up a 1 second penalty. That we've cut in at the dipper. So unfortunate, because you literally have to serve it there and then. You get that penalty, and then that is it. You have to serve it. P-Gib there. He's got to 5th place. What's happened with Shrom? Shrom's quite a way back now, so he might have had a little spin. Looks like this lap round. So I've got a spin on the last lap as well, the 2:09. And he's got the same lap time as P-Gib, but on a completely different part of the track. So yeah, Shrom's obviously not liking them softs. He had done quite a bit of it so far. I don't think P-Gib's on softs. To be fair, they're all about the same for the soft runners in the Group 3s. So is it going to be that just do one stint on the softs and stay on their mediums? Because you look at Yippee and Bazza, they're all mediums. They've hardly got any tyre wear compared to the likes of Brucey, Faithless, P-Gib and Shrom. Really is a big factor, I believe, for this race. It was a lap time of 2:03.9, so Brucey dropped 7 tenths that time round. Bazza back up to the pace for 2:05s, which looks like he's getting it nice and leery coming out of that left-hander. Up there, mountain we go. So Bazza's pace must be around a 2:05 on their mediums. Doesn't look like he can push it much more than that. Yippee there, a little bit all over the place at the moment. He's obviously picked up some damage that you just saw on the left hand side coming up the hill. Pretty good. I think now we've got clear of Shrom. He might be able to set some decent lap times, but obviously them tyres are showing quite a bit of wear, so they might not be lasting many more laps before he has to think about coming into the pit. Same with Shrom, yeah, 2:15, so yeah, definitely had a little incident on lap 6, did Shrom. Back to the Group 4s. Ibuki there, still leading the way ahead of James. Looks like James is slowly catching, very, very slowly. But look at that fuel between the Scirocco and the Alpha. That is on a third left, pretty much. Yeah, James has only got a quarter, so that's quite a bit of a difference. We're only 15 minutes of the race gone. Does that mean that James's strategy is going to be end up doing more pit stops and running on the soft tyres, really, because obviously he's not doing that many laps because of your fuel. You can potentially run the soft tyres and gain a bit more time and gain that extra pit stop that you have to do. On Fubuki up ahead of him, Golden Brownie, is that the same amount of fuel as Scott, or Fubuki, sorry. And JRC's got a little bit less, but Shrom is into the pit. Oh, and so is Yippee-Ki-Yay, so these two clearly not liking the tyres. They were both on the, no, Yippee-Ki-Yay was on the medium, so he's obviously just down on fuel. For Yippee-Ki-Yay, he's put, see what tyres he's put on. He's put on a fresh set of softs. And away he goes. He's served his pit stop and he's got out just ahead of Fubuki, but Shrom's serving his. He's still in the pit at the moment. Is that going to drop him? He's going to drop him right to the back of the field, so he's going to have to work his way back past them Group 4s once again. See where he comes out, see what tyres he's put on. He was on the softs. Oh, he got a 3-second penalty. That would have been for coming into the pit. He's gone to the hards, so he's getting these hards out of the way. You can see he's just behind JRC. Not see JRC there, just up ahead of him. So he's going to get caught. He's going to catch them as they come probably down the hill. I would think he would catch that gap between him and JRC. But you see, Faithless, he's going to go around for another lap, same as Brucey. Bazza looks like he's got enough fuel to go around. He's definitely got the tyres as Bazza, but it's going to be about the fuel, I believe, for this race. Obviously, if you're running on the softs, you might not want to be putting a full tank in, because it doesn't really sound like it's going to last the majority of the race. We did start on 90% fuel for this one, so near and half a full tank, and it probably would last, but it's going to be, tyres aren't going to be liking it too much near the end. P-Gib there's going his fastest lap of the race so far, the 205.9, 204.9, sorry. He's still got the pace, even though his tyres are fairly worn. One's there, 206.3, who's your 205.4. Okay, so yeah, they're all running around the same amount of lap times, about a second or so between Faithless and Bazza, and Bazza's on the medium, so I reckon it could come back to Bazza later on in the race, but Faithless there, his fuel is flashing, so he's used the most fuel so far. Bazza's also flashing as well, so I reckon them two will be coming into the pit at the end of this lap. How about James? James comes into the pit, so James has 9% fuel. That's going to put Golden Brownie and JRC up to second and third for the Group 4s. Where's Schwamm? Schwamm's dropped off the back, obviously struggling with them hard tyres. I thought he would have been able to catch up to JRC and Golden Brownie, but they seem to have broken away from Schwamm at the moment. James he's only just getting to his pit box. He's got to change them tyres, because he don't have to, but probably be advised. He only loses a couple of seconds, but he'll definitely gain that back up in the stint length. But yeah, 8 laps for James, which isn't many laps at all. Faithless comes into the pit. Brucey also comes into the pit as well. Will Bazza come into the pit? Yes, he does. So that's the top 3 coming in. Looks like P-Gib will be coming in as well this lap. It looks like he might have enough fuel for one lap, but have we seen the front 3 pitting? Is he just going to follow suit and come in? Yes, he is. So that is all the Group 3s that have pitted now, because Yippee-Ki-Yay and Schwamm have also pitted. So let's see what tyres they come out. Bazza's the only one on the mediums, everyone else is on the softs, so see who changes their tyres for a different compound, or who stays on the same, just to gain a bit more distance from the guys behind. Fabuki still leading the way for the Group 4s, got just under a quarter of the tank. Golden Brownie's got a little bit more. JRC's got about an eighth of the tank, so he might have a lap or so left of fuel to go for JRC. James, he's come out on the soft tyres, so he was on the mediums, he's now gone to the softs, so he should be go a lot quicker than he was in the first stint. Jump up to Faithless. Faithless has stayed with softs, so he's got at least another 2 pit stops before he comes into the pit, because he's still got to run their mediums and the hards. Brucey, he's gone to the hards, so he's only got one more pit stop to make. Well, he's going to have to make more than one. We've only done 20 minutes and they've pitted, so yeah, he's only got to make one more obligatory pit stop just to change to their mediums. Bazza, he's got a 4-second penalty. That will be for the pit entry, and obviously an off track between the penalty gate and the last, or the coming into the pits. He's changed to the softs, so he should be able to catch up to Brucey fairly quickly, because they're on completely different tyres. P-Gib, he's changed to the hards, so he's going to be dropping off to the back of Bazza, but Bazza's going to end up serving this penalty and getting overtaken by P-Gib as they're coming down the Conrod straight for just the 10th time already. There's Bazza serving this penalty off the racing line. Not much of a racetrack to try and serve a penalty. It's not the widest track in the world, but that's P-Gib up to 3rd place now after a eventful first stint of spinning out. I think it was lap 2, and having to work his way through the Group 4s, which you shouldn't really have to do at the beginning of the race. You should be normally a fair few laps into it, because obviously they've got to pit. You can see on the mini map there, if I go to Faithless in first place, James in technically 10th overall of the race, but 4th in the Group 4s. There's not much distance between them, so I reckon they will catch within 4 or 5 laps. They potentially could catch up to the Group 4s. Sean in 9th place overall, cutting around Golden Brownie. JRC's got past Golden Brownie as well, so Sean got it on the grass again, coming into the chase. It's pushed out JRC wide through there, but been able to keep it on track. Is JRC going to come into the pit? JRC looks like he is, yes. So JRC into the pit. That's released Schrom a little bit now. He doesn't have to worry too much about trying to get past a Peugeot. But Schrom struggling, it seems like, on them hard tyres to get going. But at least getting warm. We are in the middle of the day. It started about late morning this race, so being middle of the day, it should be the hottest for them tyres to grip. Maybe they've just got burnt up too quick, too hot. It just needs to cool them down and be a little bit more patient on getting the power on out of some of these corners. But Fabuki there still leading the Group 4s. Golden Brownie now into second, just by going longer on the fuel. James there, is he catching up to Golden Brownie? Yes, he is. You can see 2:15.1 to 2:16.8, so definitely catching fairly quickly to the rear end of Golden Brownie. Obviously there is a pit stop between them, so Golden Brownie probably will drop back behind James and maybe JRC, but JRC's picked up a 3-second pit lane penalty. He's gone to the racing softs, so he's changed his tyres as well. So it's really only Faithless that's gone for the double stint on the softs to start with. But Tino, there he is, coming up the hill now, not too far behind JRC. And then racing softs, so yeah, he's only it's hard to say because JRC's on and out lap, but I'd say there's only about 8 or 9 seconds between Faithless and JRC, so it could be the next lap round, going by lap times of 2:04s to 2:15s. We see there a little bit of a moment coming up the hill. Fabuki has come into the pit now. 3% fuel left in his tank. How far is Brucey behind? About 13 seconds behind Faithless now is Brucey. Basil there, he's got back past P. Gibb, and 2:18 last lap round, so I don't know if P. Gibb had a incident, but Yippee Koye has definitely caught up to the rear end of Basil there. So the two BMW drivers finding themselves on track and fighting for that third spot. It'll be the last spot on the podium for the Group 3 cars. See if Buzzer can defend from Yippee Koye. Looks like Buzzer's had a bit of an incident. We're going from the same sort of lap time. Oh no, they would have crossed the line at the same time for that. So I'm not too sure what happened between Buzzer and Yippee Koye. Yippee there in fish from there. He's on the track all by himself. So just kind of put your head down nice and smooth and try and work your way back up to P-Gibb. Right, it's about half a lap or so, but you'll definitely be able to catch it back up if you put your head down. And maybe worth trying to get off them hards. They don't seem to be the quickest on this track, and get back to some mediums or some softs, because you're doing 205s. Obviously you've had a few mishaps here and there. Obviously on these hard tyres you've clearly not been able to get them lap times where you want him to be. But Fubuki there, he went to the racing hards. What did Golden Brownie do? He went to the mediums and he jumped JRC in doing, oh no, JRC had that 3-second penalty, so that's how Golden Brownie got back past JRC. Fighting for this last spot on the podium in the Group 4 cars. But he's already worked his way past these two. He's in the middle of the Group 4s at the moment. Where is Brucey? Brucey's coming down the hill. So will Faithless be able to get James up ahead? I think it is James. Yes, it is James up ahead. Will he get him before the start-finish line, or will... Yeah. Brucey's still a little bit off the back end of JRC. JRC's right up behind Golden Brownie. Is there going to be a move for an overtake there? He pulls out the slipstream, tries to go for this move, but can't seem to be getting ahead. He has to pull back in, so that Peugeot's clearly not got the top end speed over the Ferrari as they're coming down through the chase and now down towards the final corner. But Faithless there as he's coming up towards Infinity James. He's probably going to get him towards turn 2. JRC hassling Golden Brownie, wants that 3rd place. Let's see if he can try and make a move up towards turn 2. Looks like he's not going to have to sit behind him for turn 1. But Faithless gets past James there. And now he's only got one more Group 4 to overtake. JRC pulls to the left hand side. He had a good drive, it looks like, out of turn 1. Been able to get alongside. Will he be able to stick it there for turn 2? Will Golden Brownie just let him have it? He will. JRC just breaks a little bit later by the looks of it and gets past Golden Brownie. Faithless Seamer there, just coming up towards Fubuki. Last overtake he's got to make for a while before he comes up. Oh, goes for a move up towards through Skyline. That's not too sure that was the brightest move to make in the world. Let's take a look from Fubuki's camera angle. Yeah, I wouldn't make for a move up there. Not how undulating it is. Fubuki's just been pushed off the road onto the grass into the gravel. He saves it, but he's now got a fast charging James coming up behind him. Yeah, I would think about putting that one into race control and seeing if there's anything between that, because could have easily waited, but P-Gib comes into the pit. He's had enough of them hard tyres. He's done about 4 or 5 laps, it looks like. But James there hassling Fubuki for this first place of the Group 4s. Let's have a look to see if Brucey's caught up to the Group 4s of Golden Brownie and JRC, and it's that's allowed Bazza to really catch up. Yeah, Bazza's caught up in probably about 2-3 seconds this lap, just by Brucey getting caught up by being stuck behind the Group 4s over the mountain. Here comes Bazza to go past Golden Brownie. Is he going to go for the move? And JRC coming in, he has a look for it, but thinks better of it. Sits in behind, he's going to get the move done before the last corner, surely. The power difference between the two cars. There we go, cleanly through there from Brucey and Bazza. Yippee is coming up next to the Group 4s. He's on soft tyres and he's not got much fuel left either, so they'll be thinking about coming to the pit fairly soon, it looks like. With the Group 3s, it looks like Fubuki and James are having a good old ding-dong battle as they're coming up the hill. Is James going to be able to keep it ahead of Fubuki? Yes, he is. So James has got into first place now. So Fubuki really struggling on them hard tyres, but James is on them softs. But look at that front right, absolutely murdered. He's probably only got about 25% left of that front right, 25-30% I'd say, before he really has to think about coming. Well, he's probably thinking about coming into pit sometime soon with how much that's dropped off. But trying to push as much as he can to pull away from Fabuki. He's got to. It looks like he's going to have to make an extra pit stop with how early he had to pit compared to the other Group 4s. And how quickly that soft tyre is worn down. Fabuki, he's got over 3/4 of a tank of fuel and literally no tyre wear at all. But Yippee-ki-yay, he's got past JRC and Golden Brownie, but he's got a half-second penalty. That probably shouldn't matter too much to the guys behind, because Kami served it. He'll be back up faster than them before they even caught him. Yeah, absolutely no worries at all there for Yippee. P-Gib, he's obviously just come out of the pit, so he's gone to the mediums. He's still got to run the hard tyres, so... Oh no, sorry, he's run the hard tyres. I think he's got to... No, he's done softs. It was Yippee and Bazza and Brucey swapping places. How did that happen? He's getting a little bit tail happy there. Bazza clearly got a better drive. As they're coming down towards the last corner, Brucey there didn't really have time to defend it, but Bazza now up to second place. And he's going to have a Brucey probably having a look at him. So it looks like he's up towards turn 1, but he's going to slip in behind, and now they've got the Group 4s to contend with, maybe able to slip back past if Bazza gets held up a little bit there, coming over the hill behind Buki and James. It's change again for the lead of them two. I think it's the power of that Scirocco just being able to get past Fabuki, but all these guys just have to sit now behind, coming up over the hill. Looks like Bazza's gone for the outside of James now. He thinks about it, but thinks better of it. Best just to sit behind and wait this one out. No way you can overtake as you're coming over this hill. There's the only one spot which will be just out of Skyline towards the dipper. I'm just going to still sit behind as Brucey could really make a move on Bazza. Out of surprise, because Bazza's going to be focused so much. Oh, James goes out wide. That's the one spot you can make that overtake. Bazza takes the opportunity and gets free. Oh, Fabuki gets it in hot. It's all touch and go between these guys. You don't want to push too hard and force the car in front of you off, but you want to keep racing with that car as well. Now they've made it over the mountain. It's going to be so painful for them Group 3s. Brucey gets it all squirrely coming out. Oh, Forest Elbow down the convoy straight they go, and absolutely power on past. Brucey should get past Fabuki as well now, but that's a nice little gap now between Fabuki and James is going to be potentially coming in and play this lap or maybe next, depending on that front right tyre, because it is really killing him. Let's see if James comes in. He's getting blue flags, so that'll be for Yippee-ki-yay behind him. Does he think about going for another lap? Yes, he does. He goes around for one more. I think that'll be it for James, but he's only done about 6 or 7 laps, I think. What lap did he come in? Lap 9. Oh, at the end of lap 8 he came in, so yeah, he's done 8 laps on these soft tyres, and they've absolutely killed him. And Fabuki, as I say, up ahead, he's got loads of fuel, loads of tyres. Obviously he's going to have to do, I'd say, 2 more stops, seeing how no one could make it to the half an hour mark before they came in. So I think everyone's going to have a little splash or so of fuel at the end of the race. Yippee-ki-yay has come in, changes his tyres once again, so will P-Gib be able to get past Yippee-ki-yay? I don't think he will. He's going to be too far behind. So Yippee-ki-yay doing well to keep out ahead of P-Gib. He's coming out of the pits now onto the mountain straight. Now P-Gib comes round the last corner. Schwamner not too far behind P-Gib, probably about the same distance or so. P-Gib to Yippee-ki-yay. So these three all evenly spaced out at the moment. As up there, he's been able to put a gap over Brucey, but he has got damage on that front right, so he must have smashed one of the walls coming up down the hill. You Brucey's going to make him a little bit slower down this straight. But he's got a big enough gap over Brucey not to worry about getting caught as they come down towards the chase. Fuel wise, everyone, yeah, these three that all picked around the same time, or four, sorry, all picked around the same time. We've got all about a quarter of a tank left of fuel to go. The scream of the Alpha. Incredible noise. As James comes down, they come right straight through the chase. Will he be coming into the pit this time round? Brucey comes into the pit, so he's had enough of them hards. No, James goes on for one more. JRC there in third place. And he's going to have to put a gap over Golden Brownie since he's got past. Golden Brownie seems to be struggling on their mediums. 216s is the fastest it looks like he can be able to go. JRC, he's got into 214s last lap round. 2:15.5 this time. What did Golden Brownie do? 2:16 dead. So yeah, Golden Brownie's still losing time. Both on the same tyres, just to see the confidence on them tyres. Brucey's still in the pit. He's nearly full up. He's going to come out. Is he going to be ahead of Yippee Carrier? Only just to be ahead of Yippee. He's back on the medium tyres. He's still got the hards to run. Not too sure why Brucey came in then. Still had, he still had 30% of fuel left, and his tyres are still decent, so they're not coming up to. Oh, yeah, he's just got past the Group 4s. Now he's got to do it all over again. So I'm not too sure what Brucey's tactic was in there, but I'm sure it'll all explain itself come the end of the race. He's on the hard tyres now, so he's going to be struggling, I think, for the pace. He's on the mediums, so he should be able to catch up. Really slow process. This is Yippee Carrier's first flying lap after coming out of the pit. So see what his lap times are compared to Bigib doing 2:05s. Is anyone running the hards yet? Schwann's running the hards, isn't he? Still running them now, so he's going to be doing a full stint on them hard tyres. He's got someone up ahead of him, not too sure who. Oh, it's Faithless. Faithless is ahead of Schrom, so he's lapped Schrom, but he is going to come into the pit fairly soon, so I'll take end of this lap for Faithless. He's been able to just pull away, but that'll be the two soft runs that he's done, compared to a lot of the guys that have just changed their tyres to the next available, really. But, James has come into the pit now, so Golden Brownie and JRC should get past James, but then obviously James is doing an extra pit stop, so that will be interesting to see where he comes out at the end of this race. Buzzer there in second place. He's got low fuel as well, as same as Faithless. Brucey there, he gets past Golden Brownie. Nice and easy up the mountain straight. He's going to have JRC ahead of him. Coming into the mountain once again. He's going to get stuck by the looks of it up the mountain. Not what that he wants. If he wants to try and stay on that podium, he's going to be losing time again. JRC's getting wave blue flags. That's just to warn that there's a faster car approaching. There is no pullover and let the fast car past in this series. JRC goes deep through the right hand up the hill. Brucey is allowed to get past. That was nice driving there from Brucey. Could see there was an opening and took it. Faithless has come into the pit, I think. Buzzer will coming into the pit this time round as well. So his fuel lap was on. Who's going across the line? That's Schrom, isn't it? Yeah, so Schrom's just unlapped himself from Faithless. Oh, getting on that power too early with hard tyres is not fun. Yeah, Buzzer's come into the pit now as well. So we'll see where he comes out with in relation to Brucey, because Brucey wasn't too far behind Then you come out, Yippee got the turning all wrong there through Forest Elbow. Picked up a bit of damage, but you can see Golden Brownie up ahead. Yeah, probably get him coming up towards the turn 2, I would say. Maybe a bit too far ahead of him. We get there in 5th, Schwinn in 6th. Fabuki goes round. Let's jump on board with Fabuki for a hot lap around Bathurst in the Scirocco. Round turn 1. And now we start the long climb up the hill. We've got a faster car behind. It looks like that's going to be Bazza. So we'll probably see a Group 3 car go for the move up the hill at some point. So now we come up towards turn number 2. Fast right-hander. You can really then see going up this mountain. There's a full. Nice little move there just before. Ooh, gets it a little bit tight there, but around turn 3 we go up, carrying on going up this hill. And we've got this little right hander here. This is a tricky corner. You can't see the next one, that left hander there. And then we just have this little drop down, this fast left hander, a little lift off the car, and then you go over the brow of this hill and just chuck the car in through Skyline. And you get as far over to the left as you can, and then you hit the brakes under that sign as we're coming down the hill now, and then we come into the dipper, which is this one right here, and then you put the power arm down and you come towards Forest Elbow, which is this left hander. We are getting blue flags. I'll see who that is in a second. A bit far behind, and now we come down the Conrod Straight. Really see, and if you see on the right hand side, you might see the old kangaroo hopping around if you look hard enough. I don't know where he is, I'm not too sure. I think that's Brucey on there. He is on the left hand side now, the old kangaroo. And through the chase, or up towards the chase we go. This left hander, and then put the power on back down for this right hander. Brucey probably will wait for this last corner. And this part of the racetrack is actually a what's it called? Used by the public. This bit from last corner to the first corner, where you can see that road going straight up ahead. That bit is used by the public itself. But Bruce Begg, nice little pass on Fabuki. JRC comes into the pit. His tyres have absolutely died. He's on the softs compared to Golden Brownie's mediums. So Golden Brownie got more fuel than Fabuki, but just not been able to sit there in that time, being on a softer compounder tyre than Fabuki. Clearly the Ferrari was not the choice of car for this race. James there, he's going to pump himself back up into 3rd place with JRC in the pits. But he got down to 2:15, so he picked up a penalty somewhere around the track. But Bakers, he's now had his pit stop. He's now on the medium tyres, so he's got only one more pit stop, mandatory pit stop to make, which will be going to the hards. And if I'm correct from Tino from this season, he likes to just do the minimum 3 laps on them hard tyres. He absolutely hates them. As of there, he's on the hard tyres. He's only put in 40-50%. Probably put in 50% of fuel. So he's not going to do many laps for this stint. You see on the medium tyres, he's going to be now catching up to Bazza now again. He's on the hards, he's doing 208s, where Brucey's doing 206s. Bazza, this is his first flying lap, see what he's doing on the hards. A little representation of how much Brucey is potentially catching up to Bazza. 207s, so Brucey's catching up about second in this lap round. He actually lost time to Bazza up ahead, so he had a little bit of an error for Brucey on lap 21. Pigib there in 5th place. He's on the medium tyres. And doing 205s. And Schwam there, he's just done a pit stop. So he's done a pit stop, but he didn't change his tyres. I would have thought you should have changed your tyres, to be fair, because it's going to be hampering you a hell of a lot more this stint round. Schwam, you can change the tyres. Alright, it is mandatory to use all 3, but you can change them more than once. You can still run the softs. Like you've seen with Faithless, he'd run softs twice, but he did change them. But he's in 7th place, not too far behind Fubuki. But Fubuki is in a completely different strategy to Schwam. Schwam's had 2 pit stops where Fubuki's only had the 1. Oh, Yippee-ki-yay, what are you doing there? Let's jump on board and see what Yippee there was doing. And down here, as he sees your big 4, rides that curb, smashes it into the wall, lets off the throttle, lets the car gather itself and then gets back on. Schwam would have probably seen that from behind as well. It's a bit of a hairy moment there for Yippee-ki-yay, and with that damage he's gone back into the wall. Schwam's had to pretty much slam the anchors on. So that's going to allow Pigib behind to... So he was a bit of distance behind, but he has now caught up. I'd say a fair bit this time around. There's Pigib, there's Pigib. Yeah, it was a 7-second gap between. I reckon it's only about 2.5-3 seconds between Yippee and Pigib now. Pigib has target acquired. There's just a papaya BMW in the middle of the battle for 4th place. And just ahead of them is Fubuki in the Scirocco. He's still got 1/4 tank of fuel left to go. Golden Brownie, he's got some damage on that front right, so he has to hit the wall coming out of Forest Elbow, but he's got 1/4 tank. James there, he's got 70% of fuel left to go. And JRC, he's just done his pit stop. He's on the medium tyres. So he's still got to run the hards on the looks of it. So he's still got to pit for hards. James has got to pit for hards. Golden's got to pit for hards. And Fubuki, he can run the... I think he can run the softs. I think that's what his tyres to go. So he's at the moment well poised for the win. We still have got just over 40 minutes of this race left to go, but Pigib and Yippee-ki-yay now are battling for this 4th place. Don't worry, Fubuki isn't battling for this 4th place. He is a lap down. I believe he's a lap down. Yeah, he's on lap 22. These guys are on lap 23, so they are only just a lap ahead. The Group 4s at the moment are just over the halfway stage of this race, but Pigib, will he try the move? Oh, Yippee, where is he going? They're going side by side through the dipper. That's never a good thing to do. That could have ended in disaster for both of them, but luckily they've just come away unscathed. Yeah, and Yippee-ki-yay, he's still got no damage even though he smashed into the wall. What will Pigib do as they're coming down this straight? You can just see they're going to leave Fubuki behind. Schwam should get past Fubuki and claim that 6th place back after having that 2nd pit stop. Yippee's pulling to the right hand side, went to the fake, to the left. Pigib just running out wide, but can't make that stop work through the chase. So Pigib's going to have to line up Yippee somewhere else on track. Okay, Schwam has got past Fubuki for 6th place now. But Pigib's going to have to go into the pit probably the end of this lap. But he's just about to start. So this is all just battling for that position on track. Maybe get that undercut to work if he's... because Yippee's on the hards, so if he has to go... he's got to go to the hards. It's unfortunate, but I reckon if he's pitting now, he's still got to make another pit stop. I would reckon going to potentially the softs and just trying to get that track place in front of Yippee. And when Yippee comes into the pit, oh, Schromm's getting it sideways. What's happened with Schromm? We go with chase cam. Oh, this one coming down that little dip there, up towards turn 2, slowing on the brakes just before the 50. Gets out a little bit too wide, gets the power on the marbles, and that's going to spin your car around. Fubuki's had to take avoiding action, just graze the ball there on the exit of turn 2. What does that look like for Fubuki? He's coming around here, he's not got any flag details at all, no yellows or anything being waved, just sees an orange car on the apex, or on the exit I should say, and yellows get flown just as he's seen that car. So Marshall's not had their coffee, it seems, in the morning. Need to wake up, maybe get him a Red Bull. Probably Fubuki's got time to come into the pit, grab a pack of 4 and drop them off to them Marshalls just to wake them up. They were sleeping a bit too long there with that incident with Schromm. Golden Brownie there in 2nd place. He's got a little bit of a gap to James behind, but two 16s really, 2 mid 16s. James is doing 2 15s, so catching about 2nd a lap. And that will tell when they've all done their pit stops. James carries on that pace, he will leapfrog Golden Brownie for that 2nd spot. Bazza's come into the pit now. So how much fuel did Bazza have? 3%. I bet he didn't even fill up half, so it's now going to be a battle of, I think Bazza's done all 3 tyres now as well, or has he got the softs to go? But if he's got the softs to go, he should be able to stay ahead of Brucey for that 2nd spot. Still not even in the pit box. Here he comes. Into the pit box he goes. P. Gibb comes into the pit stop, so he couldn't get past Yippee for that 4th spot. But obviously Yippee now gets past Bazza in the pits, moves up to 3rd. Gets it all tail happy. Coming out of turn 1. Just trying to see who's on track close together. Fubuki and Schromm. Seems to be that Schromm really struggling. It's going to be side by side with Bazza coming up the hill, but Bazza is ahead by a lap at the moment. What will Schromm do? He's got a slow car in front of him and a faster car coming up behind. He pulls over to the right hand side, lets Bazza pass. Knows that that's not where his battle is at the moment. Don't do it again, Schromm. Don't go out wide and get it lit up. He did, but manages to save it. Bazza now goes to the outside of Fubuki, and a bit of a wasn't a bad pass the last time, but a little bit cleaner this time round. No jumping in front just before that apex, so nicely done there from Bazza. Fubuki there, he's coming up to the Group 4s for the 2nd time. He's just started lap 26 and JRC's just started lap 24, flashing his headlights. Don't think there's much point for flashing your headlights, you're going to get past them up the hill anyway. But at least they can see if they are in the bonnet cam on that rear view mirror that you are flashing, so you're coming past. He's got ahead of him, he's got James up ahead of him, but I think James will probably be in the pit before Faithless gets to him, with how quickly James is burning through that fuel. Love the noise of that Alpha. So not many people use it in this game. It was good when it first came out, it's the OP Group 4, but now it's been nerfed. It's not the best car, but Yippee Kaye's now come into the pit, so we need to see where he comes out in relation to P. Gibb, because what did P. Gibb put on? P. Gibb put on the softs. So P. Gibb is going to be absolutely flying just for this one lap. That's all it needed to be, just one decent out lap, but I think he came in with less fuel than Yippee, so That could be the telltale between the two of them, but Fubuki's also coming to the pit as well, so there's actually Golden Brownie. Yes, Golden Brownie will be coming to the pit as well. We'll stay with P-Gib. P-Gib is going to jump in. He's only put, I just noticed he's put 75% fuel in. So yeah, that P-Gib back up to 4th place now. So Yippie's now going to be just coming out of the pit. We've got 3 seconds. That will be the pit lane entry for Yippie. But Schrom now, he's been able to clear Fubuki. Now that Fubuki's come into the pit, Fubuki's only put 75% fuel in, so he's just trying to stay ahead of James in that screaming Alpha, knowing that James was coming up fast. He should be able to stay ahead of him. He's on the racing softs compared to James being on the mediums and part worn as well. But I think Fubuki has now done all 3. I think everyone has done all 3 apart from Faithless Emo, if I'm correct. I'm not sure. I may be wrong. Golden Brownie comes out in 4th place now. Quite a bit of a distance behind the JRC. He's on the hards though. So he's doing his hard stint. I think JRC's done his hard stint. James has still got to do his hard. So Schrom, he's still running with them hard tyres. Halfway warm. I don't know if it was just a mishap. Oh, getting on the grass, coming into the chase, bins it into there. Who's that coming up behind? It was P-Gib to put a lap on Schrom. So I think Schrom's had the Ferrari luck for this one. Must have employed them. They must have been cheap for this weekend. They obviously weren't racing. So they wanted a job and they've come to help Schrom and they've absolutely hindered him. Faithless there is about 30 seconds ahead of Brucey, and Baz is about 30 seconds or so behind Brucey as well, so these 3 are 30 seconds difference, about 20 seconds between Bazza and P-Gib, about 15 behind is Yippie, and then Schrom isn't too far behind Yippie, but he is a lap down just through. So I think they didn't change the tyres on that pit stop, and that's really hampered him for this stint. Who have we got coming up behind? It looks like we've got Faithless Emo again. Hopefully this time round he can make it a little bit cleaner past Fubuki. He's gone up the inside of James through turn 2. Stick with it. Brucey's come into the pit now, so that should put Bazza up to 2nd place, and he gets round. But Bazza hasn't got many laps before he has to come back in because he didn't put that much fuel in. We'll stay with this for Fubuki and Faithless. Faithless looking. He's looked on the left hand side. Don't think Scott's seen him there. That's unsettled Scott's car. He's really not been able to catch that car. He's kept it on the track, still facing forward. James has got past now into 1st place. I think Scott done well there to save that car. Just from that initial, that little tap from Faithless through the mountain section where you've got such a big lead, you might as well just wait. You're going to lose 2-3 seconds coming down the hill rather than causing an incident with another car. But Fubuki's now got to work hard to try and get back past James in front. Does pull into that slipstream. I think he's a bit too far behind James to try and make the move in towards the chase. He closes right up to him in the braking zone, so that's Rocco. He's got some serious brake pads compared to the Alpha. As they're coming down now towards the last corner. and head on to lap 27. I reckon if Fabuki can get a good drive out of the first turn, that Scirocco's got more power than the Alpha. The Alpha's quick off the mark, but then the Scirocco just absolutely powers past with the top end grunt that it's got. It looks like James got a good drive there coming out of that first corner. And he's been able to keep ahead of James now. Oh, how's it come? Yeah, James has got a good drive coming out of that first corner compared to Fabuki. That's what I meant to say. There's no way you're waving blue flags, Mr. Marshall. There's no cars behind. Close enough. But Fabuki's just going to have to sit there behind James coming over the hill. Who's that punch from? It's Faithless behind Schwab. We'll probably end up just waiting, I guess, for the Comrade Straight, but going back to the battle for first place in the Group 3's. Oh, Fabuki's got it all over the curve as they're coming down the hill through the dip and out. I don't know if James ended up just putting them brakes on just to try and catch Fabuki off guard, but now around Forest Elbow, little bumps there mid corner and on the exit for both these drivers. And as they now come down Conrad, Fabuki's not been able to make any moves on James this time around. I don't think he's going to be close enough either at the end of the straight to make a dive for that apex. He really does close in on the brakes there. Faithless now, he's come into the pit, so he's going to have to run the hards. We'll see how much fuel he puts in. He'll stay up at the top. I don't think that Buzzer will eventually be able to get past him, but Fabuki looking on the inside of James when he exit off the last corner. I reckon Fabuki just has to nail this first corner. He couldn't get much closer to James's rear bumper. Is it going to be too close to try and get the slipstream past James? But looks like James has got the speed at the moment up this hill. And so Faithless has only put 50% of fuel in, and he has gone to the hards. We've got a yellow flag up ahead. We'll stay with this, see if we can see who it is up ahead. Probably Schromp, there he is. One person I thought they were coming up to potentially get, but Fabuki's still not been able to make this move. These guys racing hard and fair, lap after lap at the moment. Hopefully it doesn't end in tears, but James is running out of fuel. I think that's how he's staying ahead of Fabuki. He's got half a tank of fuel, so his car's going to be that little bit slower than James's. We'll jump on with Fabuki on the hood of the roof camp as we're coming down the hill now. Just see the brake lights of that Alpha just keep popping on just to help get the turning right through this tight twisty section. Oh, I thought Fabuki might have gone for a move there in towards Forest Elbow. That would have really hurt James. But it looks like he's going to go for the move down the Conrad Straight. Looks like he's going to get that one move done. James has put into the slipstream. Now will James try for the overtake? He's been able to pull back out. We're coming into chase. Sure, it's a chase. I don't know why the cuttings comes into mind just then. But Schrom there, he's coming into the pits as well. It's going to slow James down by the looks of it. It looks like Schrom's got a bit of damage. So we'll see pop fares between James and Fabuki once Fabuki makes his pit stop. But JRC there in third place. Kind of had a bit of a lonely race, same as Golden Brownie since the initially first stint. We've got coming up behind. We've got Bazo now coming up behind Golden Brownie, so he's going to start now coming into overtaking the Group 4s once again. Second place at the moment for Bazza. So he's had some decent power. I just think with Faithless doing them 2 softs early on has really just broken the gap between him and all the other Group 3s. But Bazza there, nice little inside move coming up or over the line. And Schrom, he's just come out the pit. He's now got Bazza behind him. Will he potentially come over to the side, or will these two have a little battle? No, he will pull over to the side in towards turn 2. Nice drive in there from Schrom. And so I'll say it again, he's not in that battle, so it's much fun just to move over and let the other cars past. You can just hear James's car screaming as he's going over the mountain. We'll go back to the Group 4s. Faithless there, yeah, he did go to the hard tyres. He will say he'll probably be doing minimum 3 laps, or maybe have to do a couple of more just to make sure that he can put a full tank in and make it to the end. But I know Faithless doesn't like doing long stints on them hard tyres. He'd rather pit again and put on a set of softs. Bazza there in second place, Brucey there in third, and everyone seems to be in this section of the track at the moment. Only a couple of guys at the other end of the track. Pigib there, he's been catching up to Brucey. I'm guessing Brucey pitted lap 27, just going by lap times. So Brucey, you can see Bazza up ahead. And softs doing about the same lap times here or there, same as Pigib. He's doing about the same lap times as well, so Pigib's just a little bit further behind. He just can't see Brucey up ahead. Obviously with the undulations of this track, if it was a flat track you probably would be able to see Brucey quite clearly. There in 5th place is the opposite end of the track to all the other guys. And Fubuki and Faithless there, getting into another little tiff as they've come in up the hill. I don't know what the hell that Fubuki was trying to do going on the right hand side coming into there, because you're naturally going to pull to the right hand side to open up that left hand corner. So not too sure if there's been any beef in the pit lane between Fubuki and Faithless before the race, but they're definitely showing it on track. Lucky that they haven't ended up spinning out and losing a lot of time, because that could have lost both of these two the race win. Both in first at the moment in their respective classes. Now JRC in second place. He's got Bazza behind him as they're coming down the hill. I think Bazza will just sit behind as he has done for everyone else coming down this hill. He'll just wait till the conrod and just absolutely blast it past JRC there. Schrom there, it's not too far behind to blast it past, but Brucey's not too far behind Schrom. As they all come down the conrod. James there in first place. He's done his pit stop. He's leaped for Golden Brownie. So yeah, both on hard tyres at the moment. And it's left as well the race left. Just over 20 minutes left of the race to go. So I don't think they're going to make it on the fuel. They'll definitely make it on tyres, because the tyres just seem to last forever. You probably do an hour on these tyres. Like Schrom did. He done, I think, far too many laps on them hard tyres. Should have just binned them after 5-8 laps or so, and then got back to their medium. Golden Brownie's come into the pit now, half a tank of fuel, so he thinks that he can make it with filling up. From there, he pulls to the right hand side, lets Brucey past. So once again, cracking driving there from Schwamp, knowing that the battle's not there with Brucey. Brucey's fighting for third place with Bazza. JRC's going to have Brucey now coming up behind him. Fabuki's clear of everyone at the moment. P. Gibbs come into the pit, 1% fuel. He's on his softs. Has he now got to do the hards? I can't remember. If everyone done the same strategy, I'd be able to remember, but no one's done the same strategy at all. Everyone's done different. Brucey didn't like. He's going to have a look on JRC, but he's just going to have to sit behind. Same as from. Oh, JRC's binned it into the wall. Maybe the pressure of a Group 3 car behind him has just cost him some valuable seconds there as he binned it into. He's got damage as well on the front left, so that's going to slow him down this Conrad straight, because that's not going to fix itself probably fairly close to the braking zone for JRC. But Sean there in 7th place. How far is he behind Fabuki? He's in 6th overall. He's a couple of corners between the two of them. Hopefully Schrom can, well, Schrom should be able to make it, I think, to the end of the race. It's going to be close, but we know that Fabuki's going to have to come in, so he should be able to leapfrog him once Fabuki takes his pit stop. But P-Gibb, he's put 80% fuel in, racing softs, and he's away. JRC into the pits. So that's going to allow James now back into second for the Group 4s. But he's going to have to change. Well, have to change tyres. I'd probably recommend he would when he comes in to fill up, because he's not going to make it to the end of the race. Golden Burning, he's on the softs, 75% of fuel. So he's going to potentially have a battle with JRC for this final stint. But JRC's already putting fuel in, and Golden Brownie's not even made it round the last corner, so I think JRC would be safe for that third spot, and potentially second, depending on when James comes in and how much fuel he's got to put in. Bazza and Brucey, they've both got to come in fairly soon. What tyres I can know they've both put on the softs. I think both of them have run all three. Faithless, he's done, what's he done? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is that 5. I did say he'll do a short stint on them hard tyres, and he has. He's coming in now. He's now going to put on probably a set of softs to the end of the race. Bazza there, he's going to be doing the same as well. He's going to come in, potentially put a set of softs on, because he started on mediums. Sure, he went hard after that, and then he's just gone softs for the duration of his stints. Yep, Bazza will come in this time round. Lucy's not too far behind. He's got a couple of laps to fuel left, but he's going to come in. He's going to potentially try and leapfrog Bazza, because he's not going to have to put as much fuel in. Interesting tactic from Brucey there. Yippee there, he's got a little bit of fuel. He's probably got a lap or two left to go. So he's going to come in. The fuel has literally just come on, so normally that says you've got 2 laps of fuel to go. So he'll probably get the end of the next lap, end of lap 35, and come in. P-Gibb, he's come in, he's got enough fuel. Fabuki, his fuel light is on now, so he'll be coming in at the end of this lap. Schrom, his fuel should be good to go to the end. James, we know he's going to have to come in, he's always in the pits. JRC, he filled up a full tank, and he's got the hards on. So JRC didn't run the hards at all this race. He's got 16 minutes of running on them hard tyres, and Golden Brownie's on the softs. And we'll see what the time is once JRC crosses the line to Golden Brownie, who's got P-Gibb behind him. So there's a bit of a gap there between them. So he's just crossed the line. How far is the gap between JRC and Golden? About 8 seconds. see what that will come down to, because obviously Golden Brownie should be going faster than JRC to catch up that 8 seconds, but obviously we've only, what we got, 2 minutes a lap, 6 laps, maybe 7 to go. Second a lap should be doable. But is Fabuki, there's Fabuki, he's going to be coming into the pit this time round. He is be over a pit stop ahead of James, I would say, especially with seeing that James has got a pit again. James is probably over a pit stop ahead of JRC as well, so I think Fabuki's won this one by quite a margin. For the Group 4s, same as Faithless, he's come out, he's put the softs on and put enough fuel into the end. He's not got much fuel compared to the other two. Maybe the BMW doesn't use as much, or we've got a smaller tank or something, but he's only got about 60% of fuel, where Brucey's got 75 and Faithless has got about 85, so I'm not sure on the fueling for Bazza there. Hopefully they didn't miscalculate and give him 1 lap less of fuel, because that would be horrible to see. Great race so far from Bazza for that second spot. Lucy there in third. He's only about 8 seconds or so behind Bazza, so all it takes is a little mistake from Bazza and Bruce will be right on his chuff, trying to take that second spot off him. Higa there, he's quite a bit of a distance behind Brucey there in third, so I think Higa's pretty safe for that 4th spot. Obviously Yippee is not too far behind, both on the same lap, about 10 seconds between them two, so anything that happens to P-Gib, Yippee will be there to capitalise. Sean there, obviously I think the engineers got it all wrong for him for this race. Fabuki at the moment, so walking away with it in the Group 4s. He's, because James had to do that extra pit stop, I think that put him out of contention for the win of this race. James definitely has the pace to be contender for that top spot, but I think if he was in the same car it would have been a different story, with JRC there in third place, Gordon Brownie in fourth. I'm trying to see who's in the mix there. Who's that? Lucy getting past Fabuki. Yippee. Let's see a different car in between these two, and it is Yippee coming through the Group 4s. This will be for the last time, I think, for near enough everyone in this pack over the mountain. P-Gib's got clear of, I think it's JRC and James. He's got clear of James as well. JRC's not too far behind James, you know. It's hard to tell because James is on and out that how far there is between them, but if he's got past JRC, he's had to serve that penalty. JRC's going to use that slipstream to his advantage, get as much of it as he can to potentially try and fend off Golden Brownie when he comes up to it, because that goes down to, what is it now? Let's have a look. It's to 50. Still 8 seconds, so not much caught last lap round. May have been with the Group 3s coming through, with Golden Brownie's just got unlucky. He's gone for a move on the inside of the corner. Just had to go that little bit slower. Just looking to see who Yippie's got ahead of him. He's got Infinity James in front of him. Will he get past? Will he get in before turn 2? Looks like he's closing down quick enough to try and do so. Or is it going to be too late? He's going to go for the move. He's going up the inside. This is what I mean by Golden Brownie had a slower lap time just because of a move like that. You know, nothing you can do about it. It's the way the rules work. If the fast class has made the apex in front of you, then on the inside before the apex, You can't really cut them off. So Yippee-ki-yay just getting past James there. He's got quite a bit of a distance between him and Fubuki to go. He's coming over the hill. P-Gib there, not too far ahead of Yippee as well. About 8 seconds between Brucey and Bazza still. Doing pretty much similar lap times, so most of the lap times between Golden Brownie and JRC. Ah, there we go. The 13.9, fastest lap of the race for Golden Brownie for him. And 15.7, so nearly 2 seconds that time round taken out of JRC from Golden Brownie. It looks like this one could be going down to the checkered flag between these two. Infinity James, we'll see what he gets this time round. So he had the pace to keep up with Fubuki. Just I think they need to put a bigger fuel tank on that car. Just don't seem to last as long as the others. Golden Brownie's got about the same as James, to be fair, with fuel. Fubuki's got a tiny bit left, so it's only JRC that put a full tank of fuel in. I don't think he knew how many laps this race was, but it looks like he's potentially going to be getting that third, and it's going to be a battle for it with Golden Brownie coming up behind. James especially down a 2.14.5. JRC set a 2.16.4. And Golden Brownie done a 2.15.4, so another second caught by Golden Brownie, but James is going quicker than these two, so James should be safe for P2. Some of them making mistakes in the last 8-9 minutes of the race. So if Fubuki's there, he can just pretty much put it in auto drive now. He's got that much of a lead over the rest of the field. And back to the front. Fosimo comes on to lap 39 of the race. Probably got 43, I think they would end up getting to before the checkered flag comes out. 42, 43, depending on when it falls. As of there, coming across the line to start lap 39. Brucey there, how far is Brucey now behind? But it seems a little bit closer. Ooh, 7 seconds. So Brucey caught up 2 seconds, just nearly 2 seconds that lap. So Bazza must have had a little half-second penalty, or maybe even a second penalty, to lose that much time. To Brucey behind. You can just see the headlights coming over that little Browder hill there. You've got a yellow flag. Who's that for? That's for Schrom. It's that turn 2. I don't know if he just keeps on running it out wide onto the marbles. Obviously getting more and more now with how many laps have been done from these cars. You just want to keep it on that racing line. As soon as you get over on their marbles, it's pretty much game over until you get back on the racing line. Let's have a look at the fuel. Just over half. P-Gib has got about the same amount of fuel as Bazza. Same as Schrom, so 3 of them have got just over a quarter of a tank, and the other 3 have got about half a tank. So hopefully the guys with less should still make it to the end of the race. But it is a nice livery that from Schrom there, the old Fanta. Not too sure what Yippee-ki-yay's is. I haven't really been able to see. Is it the boys, it looks like? Yeah, it looks like it's the boys. Too familiar with that, obviously. I think everyone knows the old classic D2 on a Mercedes. Very nice livery there from P-Gib. The Codis from Brucey. I think that was the Nürburgring livery for that car. Has it gone for the classic BMW M Sport? Faithless, he's also got a Nürburgring man filter livery. Jump down to Fubuki. he's got his animate for this race. I know there's nothing profound on that one. I did have a look round before I started the comms to make sure there was nothing profound for it, just to see if he could get TV coverage. James there, running with the A-Gip. I think it's A-Gip. Yeah, A-Gip. Delivery. Very nicely done indeed. There, so you've got the stock total for Peugeot. But that gap's definitely closed down between JRC and Golden Brownie. And Golden Brownie in the Salt. Oh no, is it Napa Salt? Or Napa Junior. So yeah, nice little beer that one. But that gap's definitely come down. We've got 4 minutes of racing to go, so 2 laps for these guys. Golden Brownie's really pushing, he's putting in fastest laps for himself. Not every lap, but what was that, 14.9, 15.7, it was a lap before a 13.8 to a 16.1. So over 2 seconds in one lap for lap 36. Faithless there, he's gone purple last lap round, so now that the dot is closing in to get to the end of the day for this race, I do believe that the top 4, well, I'd say all the group 3s are set. The group 4 definitely will be won by Fubuki, no doubt about it. He's miles ahead of everyone else. James there, he's been able to pull away. He's been doing 13 and 14s, did dip into the 15s last that round. JFC's been struggling on the 16s, 15s and 16s, and Golden Brownie's all over the place. Because I hate this track. That is why. Absolutely hate it. But he is closing on JRC. Obviously I know it's a 2 different tyre compounds. But he's going to have 1 lap to do it. By the looks of it, he's not going to be close enough this time round to the rear end of that Peugeot. What JRC can see in his mirrors is the headlights of that Ferrari closing him down. And the headlights of another car behind. Not too sure who that one is. It's the race leader, and he's Faithless. You'll probably catch him through the mountain section, but in the last lap I don't think there'll be much point trying to push, because Bazza is literally the whole of the Conrad straight behind Faithless, so he's got time to spare as he comes round to start his last lap any second. I'm not too sure on Fubuki. Fubuki will come around to start his lap in about half a lap's time. Yeah, so Faithless now comes onto his last lap. Okay, then it's a real battle. JRC's wiggling down the straight, doesn't want to get that slipstream to Golden Brownie behind. But you can see Faithless there just in the background of these two. They're going to be fighting hard. And I think down the Conrad straight, Golden Brownie's going to use all that soft tyre he can to close that gap to JRC. And you remember from earlier that JRC couldn't make the pass down the Conrad on Golden Brownie, even with the slipstream, with the pace of that Ferrari. You see I will jump to the start finish line when the time ends to see everyone across the line for the final time. And obviously at the end of this race I will do the standings for the season, with this being the final race. But down the hill we go for the last time between these two. Golden Brownie is closing that gap. I don't think it's going to be close enough unless he absolutely nails Forest Elbow. I'll see if he nails it as well, then there's absolutely no chance for Golden Brownie to get in front of JRC. I think that gap's too big now between the two of them. But it looks like it's going to be James who's running on empty. What a surprise. Who would have thought of that at the end of this race? He's got no fuel left. If you'd have guessed it right, I would have believed you. You can just see them headlights, but James comes down to the last corner. And he'll be the first to finish this race. And he will claim second place for the Group 4s. JRC just been able to hold off Golden Brownie for that third place, and you've got Faithless there. We'll just pause it. So JRC gets third, Golden Brownie gets fourth place, and Faithless Emo wins the race for the Group 3s. So well done, Faithless, for that win. As he comes out of the chase down towards the last corner now. Of course, he just couldn't do anything to gain that place back up from about halfway in the race where he had a little slip up. Bazza will take second. Brucey will come along to claim that last podium spot in third place. Schrom race for Fabuki's there, so Schrom, P-Gib, Yippee and Fabuki to finish now as they're coming out through the last couple of corners down towards the last corner itself. Schrom will finish in 6th place, a couple of laps down from the leaders, but I'll put that down to technical error from the pit crew. P-Gib will finish in 4th place, and Fabuki, he will come across to finish in first for the Group 4s. Well done, Fabuki, cracking job there. And Yippee K will finish in 5th. Right, I'll let this go to the beginning again. Here we go. Right, the standings for this race, for this championship, was we had Raj or Ice on 18 points. This is for the slower class. JRC finished on 28 for just this race. We had Wacky Racer on 48. We had Wiz finish on 96 points. In 7th we had Phil finish on 100 points. In 6th we had Mutt on 112. In 5th place we had James on 118. In 4th place, unfortunately not going to make it this round, was Aussie Scott on 185. In 3rd place was Midnight on 223. In 2nd place was Golden Brownie on 243, and in 1st place was Fabuki on 361 points, nearly 120 points ahead of Golden Brownie in 2nd. Incredible season for Scott. I think he had a podium every race. He won a handful of races as well, so great job there from Fabuki. In the fast class we had Schrom on 20. Well, it would have been 23. He shouldn't be on 23. He should be on 20. On 20 points. Temp or Yippee on 22 points. MJB, who done I think Watkins Glen, on 22 points. In 6th we had Molson on 46 points. In 5th we had Grasshopper on 55. And then the top 4 that pretty much turned up for every race, we had P-Gib on 233. We had Bazza in 3rd on 261. And in second we have Brucey and Faithless to go. But in second it was Faithless on 287. But your winner for the season was Brucey on 299. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the season. We'll be back next year with season 2. And until next time, thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you later. Bye bye.